Hi everyone, welcome back to the fourth and final video for the book outlet haul. So the next book that I have, and there's about 8 more. 8 final books that I got. And it was heavy. Literally the box is heavy. But anyways, the next book I have is Control by Lydia Kang, C-A-N-G. And it says, mistakes will not be tolerated. I love the cover. And I want to get the next book called Catalyst. Her body's keeping secrets, even from herself. In a world of holographs, neurodrugs, and automatic cars, 17-year-old Zell spends her free time studying microbiology. But when her younger sister is kidnapped, Zell's comfortable life is shattered. In her mission to save her sister, she discovers a group of teens who aren't like any she's ever seen before. Teens who, by law, shouldn't even exist. Among them is Sai, a mysterious Rhodian outcast. With his help, Zell must save her sister before the kidnappers discover a secret buried in her DNA. A secret that could destroy Zell's world forever. Really interested in reading this book. Read the thing for Catalyst, and it does sound good, but I wanted to read Control first, and then wanted to read Catalyst. So it has the critical acclaim for Controls, like the reviews. And it says, Control, this mix of illegitimate science and an innovative fantasy, is unforgettable for all the right reasons. Imagine cultural details and ecstasy-like drug carried by sound. An impressive display regarding genetics. The use of mutants alone is fairly unique, making this a smart go-to for fans of Megan Shepherd's The Madman's Daughter. So it has it's about people that are different. They don't know they're really different, but they're outcasts. So sounded really interesting. Catalyst sounded more interesting than Control, but I want to read Control first and then Catalyst. So there you go on that one. The next one is Acid by Emma Pass. It says, they stole her life, now she wants it back. All knowing, all powerful, you can run but you can't hide. The year is 2113. Acid, the most brutal police force in history, rules supreme. No throwaway comment or whispered dissent goes unnoticed or unpunished. As it was Acid agents who locked Jenna Strong away for life for a horrendous crime she struggles to remember. But Jenna's violent prison time has taught her how to survive by any means necessary. When a mysterious rebel group breaks her out, Jenna must stay one step ahead of Acid and uncover the truth about what happened on that terrible night 2 years ago. But how can she reclaim anything when she doesn't know who to trust? So, sounds really interesting. Doesn't know why she's in prison, but she's in prison. It's not like, oh, you know, but you're not guilty. Like, see in the movies and stuff where they go to prison, it's like, oh, I didn't do that. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not guilty. I didn't do that. But in truth, she actually doesn't know why she's in prison. So, sounds interesting. And I really, really love the cover. She looks badass. I mean, Jenna strong female character. But she looks badass. She's staring at her like, don't piss me off. Has a gun strapped to her side. I mean, yeah. Badass. Yeah. Anyways. Next one, I've been seeing a lot of... You guys okay over there? I don't know if you can see him. See him out of the corner. Maybe like you see that. That's pigs. But I've been seeing a lot of reviews and book YouTubers that actually like this book. It sounded interesting. So I really want to read it, and it's a hardback. Kind of plain. Caraval. Remember, it's only a game by Stephanie Garber. And then it has like the ticket on the back. Anyways, a legendary competition, a memorizing romance, an unbreakable bond between two sisters. Scarlet Dragna has never left the tiny island where she and her sister Tila live with their powerful and cruel father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Caraval, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. But this year, Scarlet's long-dreamed invitation finally arrives. With the help of a mysterious sailor, Tela whisks Scarlet away to the show. Only as soon as they arrive, Tela is kidnapped by Caraval's mastermind organizer, Legend. It turns out that this season's Caraval revolves around Tila, and whoever finds her first is the winner. Scarlet has been told that everything that happens during Caraval is an elaborate performance. Nevertheless, she becomes enmeshed in a game of love, heartbreak, and magic. And whether Caraval is real or not, Scarlet must find Tila before the 5 nights of the game are over, or a dangerous domino effect of consequences will be set off, and her beloved sister will disappear forever. It says, welcome, welcome to Caraval. Beware of getting swept too far away. And then it has, like I said, it has a ticket on the back. It says, admit one, used to be once to gain entrance to Caraval. Main gates close at midnight. Anyone who arrives later than this will not be able to participate or win this year's prize of one wish. So, if Scarlet wins, what's her wish? It might be to get her sister back. Might be not to be in the arranged marriage anymore. Could be anything. If you had one wish, what would it be? But the next book, well, 2 books, are part of the series. And I really wonder, I read the second book, but I had to read this first book. And I really, really wanted them. I forgot to tell you, Control was about $3. Acid was $1. Caraval was $4.79. And it's book 1. Kind of interested. Never heard anything about a second book. I mean, is there a second book out that I don't know about? Or what? I mean, not sure. going to be a second book. It just says book 1, like they plan on having a second book. Is it going to be the end? The end's going to be the end? Or is the second book going to go into from when the first one stopped off? No. But anyways, next one is Scan by Walter Jury and Sarah Fine. Look at that cover. That cover is awesome. I love that cover. That cover is awesome. But anyways, what is the secret behind his father's invention, and why are so many willing to kill for it? Tate and his father don't exactly get along. As Tate sees it, his father has unreasonably high expectations for Tate to be the best at everything. Tate finally learns what he's being prepared for when he steals one of his dad's old tech inventions. The mercenaries ambush his school, killing his father and sending Tate on the run from aliens who look just like humans. All Tate knows, like how to make weapons out of oranges and lighter fluid. That sounds interesting. Honestly, that does sound interesting. May not be enough to save him as he's plunged into a secret interspecies conflict that's been going on for centuries. And it has the reviews on it. It says car chases, explosions, and action galore. Awesome. A sci-fi book that reads as fast as a locomotive, and the action is just as non-stop. Be forewarned before you begin to read. You won't be able to put it down until the very last page. To be seen. Yeah, sounds interesting. Really, really interesting. You know, love the cover. So, yeah. And Scan paid about $1.39 for it. Not that bad. It's a paperback. And it was originally about $10, so really not that bad. Next book is the second one in the series, and it's called Burn. Again, I love the cover. That cover is awesome. And I'm kind of interested to know if there's going to be any more after that. One's really interesting. And it's a hardcover. It's not paperback. Kind of this one looks like that. And really, they actually don't tell you really if it's a hardcover or a paperback. They just tell you if like it's been dented. Because the ones that have been dented and stuff are dented, scratched, or whatever, are less or cheaper. Oh, Caraval was scratched. Oh. Okay. Yeah. They mean by as that. Which, not that bad. Really. So, yeah. There's that one. But anyways, yeah, Burn. It says at the heart-stopping conclusion of Scan, Tate and Christina faced off against a ruthless alien race in the fight of their lives. Just barely surviving, now on the run after losing the very thing he was trying to protect, what his father called the key to human survival. Tate must piece together a new plan and figure out how to get Christina to safety. Though Tate's dad is no longer with him, his prepare for the worst nature is still protecting Tate. This time with clues that lead to a safe house, a shelter that turns out to be another clue, one crucial to understanding what's really threatening the planet. Tate and Christina explore a mysterious notebook that his father also left behind. They'll discover the terrifying reality that they should have known all along. They're up against an enemy that's only starting to understand. A non-stop adrenaline rush, Walter Jury and Sarah Fine deliver another edge of your seat adventure in this smoldering finale. So it says finale, but I know with Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, the next book is Crescendo? Yeah, Crescendo. And it says on the back, the stunning sequel and finale. But yet there's a book after that that's called Finale. It's actually the finale, the last book. So interested to know if there's more after this, but I love the cover. I really, really love the covers of those. Anyways, the last 4 books are part of the Blue Blood series by Melissa De La Cruz. And beginning of, or in the book haul video that I did yesterday, the first one with the ones from the bookstore, I had the first Blue Bloods book, which I'm starting that. I finished Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I'll be doing a video on a review of that. There's another book I'm doing a review on. But yeah, I'll be reading that one next. Read it before. Really can't remember much about it, but I know I loved it. But anyways, the second book that I have is Masquerade by Melissa De La Cruz. And it's the second book of the Blue Blood series. It says Skylar Van Allen wants an explanation for the mysterious deaths of young vamps. With her best friend Oliver, Skylar travels to Italy in the hope of finding the one man who can help her grandfather. Meanwhile, back in New York, preparations are fiercely underway for the 400 Ball, an exclusive gala hosted by the city's wealthy, powerful, and unhuman, a true blue blood affair. But it's at the after-party Masquerade Ball thrown by the cunning Mimi Force that the real danger lurks. Hidden behind the mask is a revelation that will forever change the course of a young vampire's destiny. Rich with glamour, attitude, and vampire lore, this second installment in the Blue Blood saga will leave readers thirsty for more. So that'll be my next one that I'm reading. The third one was Revelations. And if you want to know what Blue Bloods and Revelations about, look in my book haul video before thebookoutlet.com haul. Anyways, the next book I have, and it is the 4th one, and it's after Revelations, and it's the Van Allen Legacy. And yeah, with the stunning revelation surrounding Melissa's true identity comes the growing threat of the sinister Silverbloods. Once left to live the glamorous life in New York City, the Blue Bloods now find themselves in an epic battle for survival. Not to worry, love is still in the air for the young vampires of the Upper East Side. Or is it? Skylar has made her choice. She has forsaken Jake for Oliver, choosing human over vampire. But old loves die hard, and even cold-hearted Mimi seems to suffer from the ties that bind. Young vampires unite in this highly anticipated 4th installment of the New York Times best-selling series. So, there's that one. And both of the first 2 books are paperback. 3 and 4 are hardback, and nothing really interesting about the paper inserts are there. And I don't have the 5th book, but I have the 6th book. I haven't found Misguided Angel, but I have Lost in Time, which I'll be reading 4 books. So by then, I'll be able to find Misguided Angel. I'm going to the bookstore sometime next week when I'm off work, so be able to get it then, along with the 10-year anniversary edition of City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. That's out. It's been out since I think December. I'll be getting that. And then a couple other things. But yeah. Lost in Time. And that's pretty much about Skylar and Jack. They go to Egypt, as you can see on the bottom. You have like the Sphinx, pyramids, the trees. And then I have the last book, and it's Gates of Paradise. It looks like they're in London. It has Lucifer, the devil, in it. So does this one. Lost in Time introduces the Dark Prince of Hell. Jack fights Skylar. He's supposed to kill her, whether he actually does not. So Lucifer fights for control, wants Jack to kill Skylar and get the Gates of Paradise. Lucifer wants the Gates of Paradise. So, sounds interesting. I mean, I didn't read. The only books I've read up to is Red the Blue Blood, Masquerade, Revelations, The Van Allen Legacy. I can't remember if I read Misguided Angel or not. Yeah, I can't remember if I read that one. But I know I didn't read Lost in Time. That came out after I gave my sister the other books. And then Gates of Paradise I didn't read. I'm positive I didn't read Misguided Angel. I think I was gonna get it, and then I just gave my sister the books. So yeah. Anyways, another interesting book or hardcover. So the series sounds very interesting. I'll be doing book reviews on them individually, but I'll be doing a playlist of it if you want. Of the books, video of each book, but I'll playlist of it, so you don't have to search for it if you don't want to or whatever. But anyways, Van Allen Legacy I paid $1 for, so not that bad for a hardcover book. Can be. I mean, paperback Some of them okay. But, hardcover, that's not bad, $1. Lost in Time, I paid a little bit more, and that was $5.89. So about almost $6 for it. Didn't have it, seen it. And finally, Gates of Paradise, which is the 7th book. I paid $5.89 for, because I didn't have it really want to read. Like, really, $6 ain't that bad for a hardback either. But anyways, that is the last book. This is the last video of the book outlet haul. Probably won't be seeing any videos from me for a while, unless I do a review of Hush Hush. Which I might do that tonight to get it over with. I might wait until tomorrow. I'm not really sure. But yeah. Anyways, look forward to the book review of Hush Hush. I'll be getting the other 2 books for it to find out exactly what happens. Sounds really interesting. It's almost like, I'll do a quick review of it first. It's actually really good. I give it about 4 stars. And it was kind of a slow read for a little bit. And it's almost like the Twilight series, or the first Twilight book. If you read the first Twilight book, it's almost like that. But he's an archangel. He was an angel that fell in love with this girl years ago, and he got his wings pulled from him. And he thought, because he always wanted to be human. He didn't want to be an angel. He wanted to be human, fall in love, exist. Anyways, he fell in love with this woman, and the higher up people found out about it. He lost his wings. They literally ripped his wings from him. And he thought when they did that he'd fall from grace, turn into a human. Because there's this book called the Book of Enoch, Enoch, that says that if you're a fallen angel, you turn into human. He never actually seen he never actually seen the fallen angels lose their wings and fall to earth. But he heard about it and he thought they turned into humans. So he wanted to be human. But anyways, he turns into a fallen angel, and he spends all these years wanting to be in a human body. He had to find a human body during the one Jewish holiday, or the one day. There's 1 month in the year, or there isn't a Jewish holiday. If you're Jewish, or know about Jewish holidays and stuff, they always have a holiday every single month. Sometimes 2, sometimes maybe 3. Not sure. But they always have a holiday every month. There's 1 month of the year they don't have a holiday. And it's supposed to be like sinful and bad or whatever. But these fallen angels have usually these Nephilim. Like you have the City of Blood, or City of Glass, and City of Bones for Mortal Instruments. The City of Bones, where you have the Nephilim, but they're a little totally different than what Cassandra Clare does. They don't fight demons or whatever. But the Nephilim are a certain kind that can get possessed by the archangels. And the archangels can live in for that month of the Jewish holiday. It's like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, about 2 weeks. So he can do that. And he's been doing it for years to this one guy. The guy goes crazy, attacks Nora, the main character in the book. And it's supposed to be like one of her ancestors on her dad's side. So, yeah, she didn't really know that until Patch told her. And he has a friend in the book that is a fallen angel, and he just wants to spend that month, get into somebody's body to have sex with a woman, because the archangels can't feel anything. Literally, they can't feel anything. But when Patch kisses Nora, he can't actually feel the kiss, but he gets the feeling. Like, you know, you fall in love with somebody, you kiss, you feel great. This whole different feeling from anything else you've ever felt before. That's what Patch feels when he kisses Nora. At first, he's tasked with killing her because of her being a relative of the guy that he possesses. If he kills her, he turns human. Or if she dies. Or that's what he thinks. But she has to sacrifice herself and die in order for him to be human. But ends up being, in the end, and it's pretty much almost the whole book, is all this bad stuff happens to Nora when she meets Patch. And she finds out some of it is doing, like, she thinks she's going crazy. Like, they went on this roller coaster ride, and she thought she was falling off of it. And died. Ends up kind of gets that paranoid feeling. And she imagines it. But Patch puts it in her head, and he means to kill her. Takes her back home, and has this knife. He plans on killing her. Doesn't, because he falls in love with her. But he really, really wants to kill her, but he doesn't. Anyways, ends up killing Jules, which is Chauncey. Chauncey is a guy that Patch possesses that 1 month for a couple weeks. But he pretends to be this guy named Jules. That falls in love, dates V, Nora's friend. But yeah. Anyways, he pretends to be him. And it seems weird because every time that Nora, V, and Elliot Jules' friend. Because Elliot's a little bit crazy too. But anyways, every time they go, the four of them go out. Like, they went to an amusement park. Jules had to go to the bathroom. Okay. He was gone for hours at end. And Elliot went to go look for him. But ends up, Patch is at the amusement park in the arcade where they're at. And then Patch works at a Mexican restaurant as a busboy. Jules, Elliot, V, and Nora are supposed to go on this date type thing. Elliot shows up, but Jules bails because Jules is sick. He's sick. Ends up finding out that Patch knows what Jules and Chauncey looks like. So every time that Patch is near Nora, you don't see Jules. Because Jules doesn't want Patch to see him and know that he's Chauncey and knows what he's up to. Ends up, Jules locks Nora and V up in the school. Because he kidnaps V, attacks Elliot, almost kills Elliot. Ends up, Nora and Patch go to the high school where they're at to find him. Patch goes in the building and Nora gets his call on her cell phone from Jules. I can see you. I'm on this floor. I can see you sitting in the car because Patch makes her sit in the car. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. Anyways, ends up Nora goes in to the school to get V and find her to protect her because that's her friend. Anyways, ends up Patch, Nora, and Jules has this big huge fight. Nora ends up on this ladder in the gym after Patch passes out because he possesses Nora's body for a little bit. So Nora can beat up Jules and get away from him because Jules has a gun and he's gonna kill her. So that Patch doesn't become human and Jules wins somehow. But anyways, Nora's up on this ladder and Jules is trying to kill her. But Nora ends up jumping off the ladder wanting to kill herself because she sacrifices herself and Patch can be human. Okay. But she has to die. She sacrifices herself to die. She has to die for Patch to be human. But anyways, when she does that, ends up killing Jules somehow. So Jules is dead. That one. But anyways, find out after Nora jumps off, passes out somehow. because V got loose and called the cops. Somehow, Nora ends up back home in her room, and Patch is there. She finds out that Patch isn't human. He isn't a fallen angel anymore. What is he? He's a guardian angel. He didn't take Nora's sacrifice. Nora had to die. He didn't want Nora to die. He loved her too much. He didn't want her to die. He couldn't see a living without her. So, yeah. Patch isn't fallen angel. He isn't human. He didn't get to be human. So anyways, now he's a guardian angel to Nora. Because somehow, in the book, this girl that's supposed to be Nora's psychologist, school psychologist, because she sees the psychologist after her father was murdered, walking home from in this alley with her mother's birthday gift. And her mother's not home all the time. Her mother's off working, trying to have enough money so they could live. But she's not home all the time. So anyways, this psychologist that was supposed to replace her previous psychologist turns out to be an angel that used to be in love with Patch before he fell in love with the human girl. Ends up finding out that this girl ends up getting old and dies because Nora asks Patch what happened to her. You're a fallen angel. You wanted to fall in love with this woman and be human. What happened to her? She grew old and died. So ends up this other angel that he was in love with at first is still in love with him. So she gives him the option before he meets Nora to come back. He has to be a guardian angel. He has to protect this human, make sure she doesn't die. So, anyways, this girl goes all psycho because Patch finds out it's Nora. He falls in love with Nora. And everything that kind of happened for them to be together, he put it in people's head. Like their teacher redoing the seating chart, he puts it in the teacher's head to redo the seating chart so Patch can be next to Nora and be her partner. But anyways, forgot where I left off. Sorry about that. But anyways, this girl goes crazy when she finds out that Patch isn't gonna kill Nora. She's gonna kill Nora. Because she's pissed off. Patch doesn't love her anymore. He loves Nora. She's gonna kill Nora. So ends up, she tries to burn Nora's house down. Patch finds Nora. Gets her out of the house after Nora called 911. to report a break-in that somebody set fire to her house. So, ends up where at the very end, this angel that's now a fallen angel because she's been on Earth so much and lost her way stuff that her wings have kind of started falling apart. Anyways, Patch rips her wings off. She's now a fallen angel. She's not an angel anymore. So she's still out there at the very end of the book looking for Nora and Patch. Jewel is dead, but they were name right now. I can't think of her name right now. But at least, yeah, she's looking for Patch and Nora at the end. They still gotta deal with them. Plus, they gotta deal with Nora's mother, because she comes home. There's police tape everywhere around the house. The staircase banister is tore apart with her fight with the angel. But she hasn't seen the master bedroom yet. Her bedroom, they caught on fire. It got the worst of it. It's gutted. It's gone. Needs to be re-gutted, redone. So it ends up, yeah, she hasn't found out about her bedroom yet. But she wants to know why there's police tape and the banister's tore up. And she wants to know where Nora is. Because Nora's upstairs with Patch after she fell. But yeah, ends with that. Really interested to read the second one. It was really good. It was like Twilight, Archangel ish. But yeah. Really interesting. Really interested to read it. Or was really interested to read it. Sorry about that. Was really interested to read it. Read it. Loved it. 4 stars. I gave it 5, but it was just one of those slow reads. I read it in a couple days, but it was just one of those slow reads. Like, it's like, okay, how many pages do I got left? Am I done yet? But yeah, I'm still interested to read the next one. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I will talk to everybody later.